Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brianna Deleon, and I'm the Public Information Officer for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Today, we are here to discuss and further give updates on the officer-involved shooting that occurred on September 6, 2020. Date and time of the call of disturbance was on September 6, 2020 at 9:08 p.m. The occurrence occurred at 1003 block on Timber Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada 89117, located in the Summerlin vicinity. The officer involved is Douglas King, age 34, who has been with the department since 2004. In this incident, he was armed with the Glock 21, a 45 caliber handgun. The investigation has revealed he fired one round during the incident. The suspect in this case was Seth Holliday, 45 years old, white male, 5'10", 210 pounds. The suspect's weapons included 8 kitchen knives. If he had survived the incident, Mr. Holliday would have been charged with attempted murder with a deadly weapon, domestic violence related. On Sunday, September 6th, the LVPD received a 911 call at 9:06 p.m. from a psychiatrist stating that one of his clients, later identified as Seth Holliday, was getting aggressive and was a danger to his spouse. That information was secondhand to the caller, Mr. Holliday's wife. Mr. Holliday's wife also called 911 from inside their residence 2 minutes later, stating that her husband had stabbed himself, further requesting an ambulance. A moment later, she was heard yelling over the phone, stating that her husband had a knife and was trying to kill her. Sergeant King arrived to the residence just a moment later with several other officers. The door to the residence was found open, leading to a struggling encounter between Mr. Holliday and his wife, where officers told him to drop the knife. Mr. Holliday then told the officers to shoot him, where Sergeant Douglas did just that. Officers immediately summoned for medical personnel, but Mr. Holliday had succumbed to his wounds on the scene. Miss Holliday was transported to the hospital to be treated for multiple stab wounds, where she's currently recovering and in stable condition. As for now, that concludes the briefing, but I'm here to answer any questions or concerns you may have.
Thank you so much, Officer De Leon. How many shots were fired at the suspect?
So as stated earlier, there was only one round that was fired, so one bullet that had hurt Mr. Holliday.
Can you further explain the nature of the OIS and the struggling encounter? Was the suspect on top of his wife while officers shot at him?
Yeah, so when the officers arrived at the scene, they found the door to the residence open. There they found Mr. Holliday in a struggling encounter with Mrs. Holliday. It appeared that he was on top of her, attacking her with one of the weapons, which was a knife. As then the officers told him to stop multiple times, and when he refused, he turned around and faced the officers and told him to shoot him, weapon in hand. And so Sergeant Douglas did just that.
So this could have posed a danger to the wife when officers shot at Mr. Holliday.
Correct. The only thing was that when the officers arrived on the scene, they were in a struggling encounter. However, when they told him to stop, he got up, he turned around and faced them. He was on his 2 feet, staring down the officers with the weapon in hand. So they had a pretty clear shot of him. By no means was Miss Holliday in any danger with the officers at the scene. But she is in stable condition now from the wounds that she received with the encounter with Mr. Holliday.
Thank you so much. And for the last question, what was the diagnosis of the suspect and why was he aggressive toward his wife and himself?
So right now, that part is still under investigation. We are in communications with their psychiatrists. We believe that they were having some marriage issues prior to this, but no diagnosis has further been delivered, whether if he had any sort of mental disorder. That part is still under investigation.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Officer Bianca De Leon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.